This must be the year in which all South Africans feel the benefits of the progress that has been made. We need to double up when it comes to waging war on crime and corruption, and also how we should double up on tackling gender-based violence and femicide, now that we've declared it as a disaster. Our efforts to turn the economy around and improve the quality of life of South Africans is undermined by persistently high levels of crime, violence, and corruption. We can point to many achievements in this area. We have done much to rebuild the capabilities, the integrity, and the credibility of our law enforcement agencies in the wake of state capture. We have established bodies like the NPA Investigating Directorate Against Corruption and the SIU Special Tribunal, and we are seeing the results of their work in cases brought to the court and stolen assets being recovered. We have established specialized multidisciplinary teams to tackle infrastructure crime, illegal mining, gangsterism, and other types of crime. There are areas where we've seen some progress. However, the progress we need to make must be seen and felt by South Africans.
I've been proven correctly because people are very, can I say, not only disappointed, some are even disgusted with the fact that he made so many promises. And we can go and look. Under his leadership, there were many crises which he did not deal with. He always tells us a story about there's going to be a summit on this, there's going to be a meeting of that, investors coming to South Africa. The economy declined under his leadership. Unemployment raised and increased under his leadership. He himself said that the ANC is accused number one when it comes to corruption. But I said to him, but you're number one of accused number one. And look where we ended. There are people that is actually saying that there were more corruption under Ramaphosa as his predecessor Zuma. Let's take the COVID for instance. He made a promise when they started with the disaster and said that he gave orders to Treasury as well as the Auditor General to ensure no corruption takes place. And it's not millions, it's billions of corruption that took place. Therefore, he should apologize to the people of South Africa for so many promises made by him and they did not materialize.